In a quiet town, nestled between rolling hills, there lived a highly respected healthcare worker named Dr. Aisha Williams. A devoted Seventh-day Adventist, Aisha had spent her life dedicated to healing the sick and serving her community with compassion, expertise, and integrity. Her reputation in the local hospital was impeccable, and her influence as a strong woman of faith in her community was undeniable. But Aisha's world would soon be shaken to its very core, all due to a mandate that threatened her beliefs and the life she had built. Aisha's workplace, like many across the nation, was under intense pressure from the government to implement strict medical policies. The experimental medication was no longer optional, but mandatory. At first, Aisha tried to remain hopeful, praying that her strong faith and unwavering commitment to God would allow her to continue her work without compromising her beliefs. Seventh-day Adventists, like many other religious groups, hold their bodies as temples of the Holy Spirit and believe in the importance of personal health choices and informed consent. Despite her heartfelt prayers and numerous attempts to explain her stance, the hospital administrators stood firm. The new policy was clear: take the experimental shot or lose your job. Aisha stood her ground. She would not be coerced into making a decision that went against her religious principles, but the pressure mounted quickly and her position became untenable. It was not just the hospital anymore, it was everyone around her. Her husband, Marcus, a man of faith himself, began to waver. At first, he stood by her, reassuring her that they would weather the storm together. But as the weeks passed, the stress began to eat away at him. He didn't understand why she couldn't just compromise for the sake of her career. His concern shifted from Aisha's faith to the future of their family. Bills needed to be paid. Their children, still young, needed security. Marcus wanted to be a good provider, but he began to see Aisha's resistance as an obstacle to that. "Don't you see?" Marcus pleaded one evening. "You're being stubborn. This medication isn't the mark of the beast. It's just a shot. We have to think about our family, Aisha." Aisha could feel the pain in his voice. She loved him deeply, but her faith told her that compromising on this issue would be compromising on her relationship with God. "I can't go against my convictions," she whispered, tears welling in her eyes. But Marcus didn't see it that way. The tension between them grew unbearable. Their once strong marriage began to deteriorate piece by piece as Marcus grew increasingly frustrated with Aisha's refusal. Eventually, in a fit of anger and desperation, Marcus left her, unable to reconcile with her choice. Aisha was left in the quiet of her own home, devastated but resolute. She turned to God in her sorrow, finding solace in the scriptures, her heart heavy but unwavering. "The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want," she whispered to herself, the familiar words a balm to her soul. But the pain didn't end there. Marcus's departure sent ripples through her family and friends. Her parents, staunch in their more traditional views, disowned her. They couldn't understand how she could reject what they saw as the good of society for the sake of a religious conviction they didn't fully grasp. Her phone calls were ignored, her messages unread. The weight of rejection was suffocating, but still Aisha held on to her faith. Her friends, too, distanced themselves. They all believed that Aisha was jeopardizing not just her future, but the safety of the community. Some even whispered behind her back, calling her irresponsible, selfish, and a danger to those around her. Even the few she had trusted the most no longer spoke to her, the chasm of her decision widening by the day.